There are cybercriminals out there who are day and night trying to hack into people's phones and computers. The good news is there are some very simple basic steps that if you follow will really set you in the top 1% of the most secure users that will generally thwart these cybercriminals and hackers. Probably one of the most important ones is to not reuse your password. So now pretty much every website you sign up for on the internet requires a password, and that's a good thing. The problem is when you start using the same password, for example, for your bank as you do for your online e-commerce shopping, maybe a game website you sign up for. If any one of those websites get hacked or breached, then what the hackers can and will do is try to access your other accounts with that same password. Phones are actually very secure. They've been designed kind of with security in mind. Laptops, unfortunately, are a little more simpler to hack. So one thing I always recommend specifically for laptops is to cover the webcam cover. There have been instances where hackers have, again, rather indiscriminately targeted users and then very surreptitiously spied on the users via their webcams. Another really good tip is to always make sure you are running the latest version of the operating system. That is to say, install any updates that your system is requesting. What a lot of hackers will do is they will wait until the vendor, for example, Apple, has pushed out an update, and then they will reverse engineer or tear apart this update to see what Apple has perhaps silently fixed. What the hackers will then do is they will scan or look for users who have not updated their systems, and any user who has not applied the patch is now vulnerable to the hackers' attacks. All these kind of smart devices are generally referred to the Internet of Things, or IoT. And I always joke that the S in IoT stands for security. Obviously, there is no S. For example, your smart fridge, your smart TV, maybe even your security camera. At their core, they are all computers, which means, yes, they can be hacked. People should really, in my opinion, think twice about plugging in these smart devices into their home networks, because it does increase the attack surface and gives hackers other ways in. Now, if you want these devices, I still recommend maybe considering the security implications, and then really kind of sticking with the name brand ones. Anytime you're on a public Wi-Fi network, there are some extra risks. Good news is there's some simple steps you can take to protect yourself. One of my favorite is to install a product called a VPN. And what a VPN does is it encrypts your traffic from your computer all the way to the endpoint, the website you were talking to. If you're not using a VPN, it's like just driving down the interstate in a convertible. Anybody can peer in and see what you're doing in your car. When you are using a VPN, you're still driving down that interstate, but now you're in a blacked out car with tinted windows. So even if someone is trying to peer in and see what's going on, they won't be able to. Especially for laptops, the built-in security is decent, but there's other software you can install, security software, that can increase the security of your system. So these security tools can also provide a very high level of privacy, which is really our ultimate goal. We want to remain unhacked, but also ensure that our private conversations and what we're doing on our computers stays within our own household and on the computer.